Hello, I just wanted to catch up with you briefly this month on a couple of things. A lot of people ask me or have asked me over the years, when is a good time to sell or when is the best time to sell? And especially at this time of the year when Christmas is only a couple of months away, this is front and foremost on most people's minds. When you look at the market is, especially if you're selling and then buying, the market is the same whether you're selling or buying, you're buying and selling on the same market. So it really doesn't matter. The big issue, I suppose, is that a lot of people hold back at this time of the year if they don't have to sell, because they want to get through Christmas and then consider selling probably early in February. A lot of people holding back until February to sell their homes, you actually move into a market where a lot of homes are hitting the market. Whereas research has shown that a huge number of people are actually researching the internet for their next home in the holiday period when they've got time, when they're not as pressured at work, and the views on realestate.com.au, for instance, surge. So what you look at is possibly now is a good time to sell, and historically we have found that through the months of December and January we are writing sales during this period surprisingly, and for good prices as well. So the big question is the time to sell is the time that actually suits you and suits your plans and when you want to be in your next home. A lot of people ask me as well, when is a good time to buy? And the simple answer to this is when you are ready to buy. Make sure you've got your finances lined up. If you have a mortgage broker working for you, sit down with them and say, okay, what are the projections with my mortgage and what can I afford to repay? Say 1 month's time, 2 months' time, 3 months' time, because we're still in a period of rising interest rates, and that will affect your borrowing capacity as well. Unfortunately, there are a lot of buyers who were caught out by COVID and the market rose quite quickly, in some cases up to 40 or 45%. And that then made it very difficult for them to get into the market, and they were chasing the market up the whole time. Now we're in a situation where the market is correcting, and when the market corrects, what happens is that prices pull back a little bit and they still remain quite high, but it always depends on what your borrowing capacity is. And as interest rates rise, what happens with people's borrowing capacity is that it corrects also. And what you can borrow today based on your current circumstances may not be what you can borrow in 6 months' time because of those rising interest rates. So it might be worthwhile to consider buying now if you are ready. If you need more help and advice around buying a property, I'm always happy to help you out. So when you're ready to put a home on the market, quite often one of your first steps is talking to a real estate agent to get an idea of value. Now, real estate agents aren't the be-all and end-all of wisdom about prices on a property. I'm forever getting prices wrong. I can give you a price range based on research and what's sold recently and my feeling of what the market's doing. But it's until you get your home on the market, you will never really get a good idea of how much your home is actually worth. And this is why real estate agents, even though they are educated and have a better idea of what the market's doing, they can't give you an exact figure. So it's really important that when you look at your pricing of a home, that you consult a real estate agent who has experience in this sort of market and who can give you advice around the correct procedure in marketing your home and also to where you can expect the value to fall. And let's face it, it's always better to get a pleasant surprise at the end of your marketing period as to the value of your home, instead of putting your hopes up high as to what it might have been in COVID conditions when the market was shooting up, and then being disappointed because the market won't pay that price. If you're looking at selling over the next couple of months or even the next year or two, please give me a call. I'm happy to give you advice around how to market your home and also to what the potential value of your home is. One of the services I do offer is to pop out and give you some advice on some of the things you probably need to do to your home to prepare it for sale, so that you're not looking at spending too much money or spending money in the areas that will be a waste and better off in your pocket and wait for your next purchase. Until I speak with you again, if you have any issues around real estate and you want to discuss it, please give me a call.